We're here for Gary Franchi's Don't Tread on Me, Rise of the...
Stanley Milgram's study on obedience to authority. As a matter of fact, he wrote a book, Obedience to Authority. You gotta read those things to find out why these clowns are doing this.
Yeah, they're on a power trip.
No, they have no self-responsibility when they're told by an authority to do something.
Hi.
They lose responsibility.
Look at this.
87% of
What's
normal
Fred?
people will do anything they're told. Now, when you're talking about...
This is my plate. I was about to eat it, but I thought, no, I better grab some footage for... But that's okay. Everybody's still eating. And I think that's what I'm going to...
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
I'd like to welcome you all this evening to our Phoenix participation in the nationwide screening of Gary Franchi's Don't Tread on Me, Rise of the Republic. Yeah, I met Gary Franchi, I think, for the first time in person at the Continental Congress last November, when him and his team were the ones who filmed the whole thing. And I got to interact with him a couple of times, and we got to become pretty good friends. He's a pretty good guy. If anybody's familiar with the Republic magazine that's been put out since the advent of the Ron Paul campaign and since, you're aware of some of the impact that the one man has made on the country and the world at large. He really has. Some of the back issues of Republic magazine are some of the most instructive things that I can put in somebody's hands. And to purchase them in bulk and still hand them out to this day. You know, I can't more strongly urge you to do something like this. I haven't seen the movie, but I expect it should be pretty dang good. I really do.
I heard it's good.
Have you?
Yeah.
Have you? We have I have a fellow Ron Paul organizer here, one from the Bay Area that I just met. She just walked in, just introduced herself to me. I can't remember your name, please. Come on up.
Okay.
Come on up. Come on up.
Kathy McRae.
Kathy McRae.
Yep.
Okay. She's the Ron Paul organizer from the Bay Area in California. As the organizer of the Phoenix Ron Paul group, I can't even begin to tell you and put the weight and gravity of what we bear to organize people and try and get them coordinated in a solid effort, okay? I'm telling you, I try and make it look easy, but it takes a phenomenal person to fill the shoes of a big group. And the Bay Area group is a big group. We're a big group too, but the Bay Area group is, you're still at 400 now?
Well, we're 350 now.
Okay. You're still at 350 now, okay? So
Bay Area.
I'm going to give her time on the camera, please.
It is.
Oh.
It is, and but anyway, John Dennis would probably, he won the. And then I personally, I've shifted my focus a little bit. I'm an engineer, materials engineer, and so I've shifted my focus on architects and engineers from 9/11 through. And
All right. Very good.
that was last night. You know,
Tonight.
I've seen Richard Gage so many times. I know him so well. I've seen him so many times. I do not need to see Richard Gage again.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's well. You know, I work with him, talk to him all the time. All the time.
What's he up to now? About 600?
1,200.
No, we've got like 1,284 something engineers and architects, and then we've got like 8,000 something.
Oh.
But you know, your hands are doomsayer here, but you know, New York City they got 80,000 signatures to get it on the New York City ballot to reinvestigate 9/11, and one judge. One judge. Gone. One judge wiped out 80,000 people's signatures.
He can't, but as long as we let him, he can. They can do whatever they want as long as we let them.
All of our money is going to
And that right there is an outstanding lead-in to our movie. Thank you so very much. Without further ado, I bring you Don't Tread on Me, Rise of the Republic.
Don't tread on me. Don't tread on me. Don't tread on me. Wake up, America. It's time to fight for liberty.
Don't tread on me is the line. That is the line where we define who we are.
We are giving you a warning. Federal government, we are giving you a warning. Totalitarians, we are giving you a warning, statists, that we are getting to the point where we will be striking back with written force. And you do not want that. So you do not wish to tread on us.
Does that vilify and legitimize the concerns that the federal government has about militia?
There was something that was discussed in the movie that they talked about, that the first thing that came into my head was J.D. Hayward. Okay, a lot of people are saying, well, you know, I don't want to see McCain in there. I've been hearing other people talk about they would rather see John McCain get reelected and go into office so that he can die in office in a short amount of time, because if J.D. Hayworth gets in there, we'll have 30 years of J.D. Hayworth. Okay, and what brought this to mind, the part of the movie that brought this to mind, is they said that you know, things should be taken care of at the time that they're done, because if you have to wait until the next election cycle to vote them out, most of the people have forgotten. J.D. Hayworth was a perfect example, because there's so many people that have no clue of some of the things that he did when he was in office. Okay, I won't say any more because it would be disparaging, seen as disparaging to him. I would rather say, do your own research and look up J.D. Hayworth and look at his past experience and his track record and what he's done, and if it is in line with your politics, vote for him.
So hang them both, right?
Isn't he trying to claim an alliance with the Tea Party, though? I mean, how about these politicians that are claiming an alliance with the Tea Party? I mean, who's really, I mean, now
I was with a contingent here that had to go up to the kickoff of the Tea Party Express in Searchlight, Nevada, just to out some of these people, saying, you know, these are not grassroots. These are Republicans trying to take over the conservative section and embrace them. And they were willing to say anything that they knew was acceptable to that crowd to get them to cheer. Okay? And we went up there to bust some people's chops, and we did, to a degree. Let me get back to this just a little bit here. General knowledge questions. What is the difference between a pure democracy and a constitutional republic?
We the people control the Constitution of the Republic. Mob rule versus protecting the rights.